Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Edoggz Reviews. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Legacy Evolution Buzzworthy Bumblebee Origin Autobot Jazz. I received this piece about maybe 2 days ago. I'm really having a really good time with it. This figure is great for what it is. So let's get the box out of the way so we can concentrate on more of the figure. So on this side of the box, we have Megatron at the top. Second is Optimus Prime. We have this version of Bumblebee, not exactly sure where that comes from. And then on the bottom, we have RC. On the front of the box, we have Jazz in his ult mode, which we'll talk about later. And then on this side of the box, we have him in this robot mode, where he's heading into battle. On the back of the box, starting from the left, it says Origin Autobot Jazz. We have him in this robot mode here. We have him in vehicle mode there. We have something called Evo Fusion here. And then we have the 20 steps for transformation. And underneath that, it says Transformers Legacy Evolution. On the bottom of the box is this barcode. And on the top, it has the Generation Autobot symbol. Next to that is the Takara Tomy stamp. So there it is. So this is the figure. This is what you're going to be getting. It was packaged very well, and inside that package you'll receive a small little baggie of weapons, which we'll get into in a second. This figure has different colors from the Earthrise version. They went with a much darker blue, as you can see, especially on the chest, the headlights. They got this darker red for this trim right here. The visor is much a darker blue, and we'll just spin this around. Basically, you got the black and white, and you have this pastel gray at the midsection and the legs and the feet. And this is what it looks like from the side. This is what it looks like from the back, the other side, and there you have it. Now you can get a close-up of his face. I do believe it's the same expression as the Earthrise. I could be mistaken, and that is good. Now, for accessories, let's get those out of the way. You get this gun. Let's see if it's going to focus or not. It's not going to focus. Yep, there we go. With it, and you get a peg here that comes off the side, and you got your normal peg that goes into this hand. It's not in the same area as the one that you get with the Earthrise version of Jazz, but this midsection is kind of the same. But you can put this in his hand, and you can have him shoot any way you want, you know, wherever. The second thing you get is this little grapple hook type of deal, and that goes on the same way as, let's say, grapple or shockwave or that type of thing. And what you do here is you take the hand, you fold this away into the sleeve, and this hole will pop up, and you just plug this in, and that's his grapple hook. Now I just want to point out one thing. Way back when the Chug line, I do believe Black Arachnia had a working grapple hook where you could just wind up a little string, and you know, you have this thing on the back, on the top, on the end of it. We could have gotten that with this figure. It would have been more pricier, but that gimmick would have worked here as well. Now to get it into the articulation, the arm can go all the way out through there. It has bicep swivel here, and you can also move at the shoulder. So if you hold down the shoulder, you have bicep swivel, and you can have swivel at that part right there. If you haven't moved it, like I did, you have a bend at 90 degrees at the elbow there, which is fine. The legs move as one piece, and the shorts are going to move with it, which is very nice. So you got this very high kick here, and you have this less than 90 degrees here on the leg. Now, if you move this arm out of the way, you move this leg over there, that's how much room you get out of that. Bring this down, and you have thigh swivel just underneath his shorts there, which is fine. On the opposite side of the leg, you can bring this all the way back, but you cannot move the lower leg back at all. We do have ankle rocker, so you can get a much wider stance. That is on both feet. Let me get his other hand out real quick. You have a swivel at 360 degrees on the waist, and you can also swivel the head around 360 degrees. Now the head is on a ball joint. You can have them looking up like that. If you want, you can have them emote any way you want. That's kind of too far, but yeah, you can have them do that as well. So transformation takes 20 steps, and it's very simple. Now there are some small cues here and there for the Earthrise version, and we'll show that later. So to transform this, the first thing you want to do is we want to put away the hands. The hands are the first thing to go. You take the hands, you flip them inside of his arm there. Very simple. Now what you want to do here is you want to turn this in a way where it's like that, right? Just do the opposite one, just the same way, just like that. And it kind of looks like he's saying, I don't know, you know, kind of a deal. But this is the way you have to have it, because it needs to plug in a certain way. Let me point that out. You got these two rectangles here, and there's two rectangles. There's another rectangle there, so they plug in a certain way. Another thing we do is we turn around the head like so, and we could take the full chest here, bring it down, bring it up, and you leave it just like that. We'll come back to that later. Okay. Next is the feet, right? The leg section here, they clip on, so you do is clip. You have to kind of use a little bit of force. Get this off, right? Get this out of here, like that. And since we're here, we have to get this piano off, right? So bring that back. Same thing on this side. Unclip it. Bring this panel back like that. Right, so we're almost ready to go into the backpack. So what they want you to do here, they want you to bring this back like so, and as you do so, it's going to automorph this Autobot symbol into place. Now the trick here is to hold this down while you turn this around, right? Because you have to force the windshield into these little grooves here. All right. Right, so there you go. Right, so that's into place. You take the backpack and you bring it up, right, without trying to move this piece right here. Bring the backpack up like that, and you bring this in, right? And if you notice that it will move the arms for you, and that's, you know, that's also good. Now we're going to Combiner Wars this. We're going to take this leg here, and we want to push it backwards. So I'm going to use the light just a little bit. We're going to push it back, right? And this little thing right here is going to fall into like a socket that's down there, right? Take this panel, bring it down, right? Next is the other side. Just open this up. I'll show you real good right here. So you have that rectangle there. It's going to fall into the square box right there. I shouldn't say rectangle, but they're both squares. But you know I'm trying to get in that. Right? So you have that going on. So it should look just like this. Bring this down. Clip that into place. Clip that into place. Now you sandwich these two halves together. Alright, and what you do now is you want to bring this up at an angle, and you need to push this in like so and push this back. As for these pieces right here, you have to sandwich those in. It will undo itself. It does that from time to time. You do the other side like so. Okay, so hopefully, no, this side came undone. Okay, now I think I got it. Yep, you got both sides. Right? Make sure all of this is good. Came undone again. Just got to do some little adjustments here. Right? There we go. Okay, there we go. There we go. That's how we got it. And now what we do here is we want to peg these arms into these two things that are on his lower leg, and just plug those in. Right. So that's good. That's good. And there he is in his vehicle mode. More or less, you take these feet, flip this up, and that completes the transformation. So this is what it looks like from the side. This is what it looks like from the back. Other side, the front. I like the silver. I like the silver in the front. Sorry about that. And then you have the top view, which you have that nice Autobot symbol there. Right? From the bottom, that's what it looks like. And if you wanted to, you can take this gun. You peg it here on top. Like that. We have it that resting there. Or you can have it laying down on the side. Whatever suits your fancy, you know, whatever you want. Now, for the grappling hook, they want you to put that grappling hook inside so you won't lose it. And that is an option thing if you so choose. Another thing you can do, these doors are supposed to peg into the side. So all you have to do is just mesh room that in, just in case, right? And there you have it. So we're going to do some comparisons. Let's focus. Focus. There you go. All right. So we don't have too many Cybertronian vehicles, but we have Bumblebee. Was the first that they made. So you have these two like this, much longer. Bumblebee is much wider. You have these two like that. You have these two from the front, underneath, and the other side. Now, I have one more, just one more. We have, let me take this gun off because it kind of looks silly with the gun. We have Blur that popped up in 1986 movie. So you kind of have these two going on after it. Blur is much longer, a little bit more wider. Yeah, really nice, really nice. But if that doesn't work for you, we could also compare it to one more figure, and this is the Earthrise version of Jazz, and you can kind of see that going on. Now we do lose the blue. We went with a more cayenne blue or a sky blue here. The red is a little more lighter on this one. Like I said before, this red down here on the trim is much lighter. So that's what it looks like from the front. The lights are like more of a baby blue than anything. The windshield is almost the same. This side. You have underneath, you have the same cues except for the faux chest. That's down there. You have the back, same with the feet. And you have this side. Now, my only thing about this figure is this white piece of plastic. I'm not exactly sure why they couldn't go with a transparent piece of plastic, pop it in there, and you know, you can have like a clear view of what's going on there. But it is what it is. So here is your comparison, as you see there. And the next character that they should be making right now would be Wheeljack. And that is because of the very first episode called More Than Meets the Eye Part 1, in which Bumblebee is stealing some energy rods, energy conductors, excuse me, from the Decepticon base, and he, you know, pretty much has to hide inside a Wheeljack's caboose or something like that. So I hope we get that next. Other than that, I'm not exactly sure where they're gonna go. They could go with all the characters that were in the arc. They can do that, you know, if they wanted to. Kind of give a refresher or something like that. My next piece for the origin will be will probably be one of the Tetra Jets. I'm trying to search for the exclusive Skywarp, which costs a lot of money these days. But there you go. That was the review on the Transformers Legacy Evolution Buzzworthy Bumblebee Origin Autobot Jazz. I really do like this piece. It stands out to me. I can't wait to see where they go next. Next up on this channel will be the Transformers Legacy Evolution, what is this, Animated Prowl. That will be next on this channel. All videos will be on a Sunday now. I can't compete with all the professionals these days. Plus, I have a full-time gig on top of that. So please stay tuned. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you have any questions you would like to ask, please leave them down below. I do answer them. If you have any trouble with a figure or trying to find a figure, just put it down below. Maybe I can, you know, we can work something out. And there you go. This has been a review. And I hope you, ladies and gents, enjoy the rest of the weekend. And I'll see you in the next video.